Good afternoon to everybody. It's a pleasure for me to be part of this interesting conference. Thank you for the organizers for inviting me, and thank you for the ambassador of Finland for connecting me with the organizers. It has been a very nice afternoon session to see examples from different countries, and Finland has had the same kind of experiences. In my mind, I can relate to these ideas and also the problems that the other two speakers brought up. But I'm going to bring you back to the practical level. And I want to speak about partnerships and how partnerships influence the future and how they create skills for the future for the students. So let me start with some basic things about a Finnish educational system. And Finnish, okay, it's not changing, huh? With the clicker, okay. Just a minute. Okay, so mine is a little bit like this. So Finnish educational system has been characterized by two things. Has been characterized for the fact that it's able to combine equity with quality. And first of all, it means that equal opportunities are provided for children to have access to quality education. It doesn't matter if you live in northern part of the Finland or if you live in Helsinki. You can always be sure that when you send your child to the nearest school, it will give possibilities for your child to develop and to have good choices and to have quality education. Teachers' education has given a lot to Finnish educational system, and the quality comes very much from teachers' education. Teachers in Finland are well prepared, qualified. All class teachers have been over 45 years graduated with master's degree from the universities. So it gives the basic way of educating teachers gives a lot of quality for the educational system. Then the teachers are trusted, and they have a lot of autonomy in their classroom practices. So actually, teachers are a power in the school system. They are developing new practices, new methods, and they have autonomy to do that and to bring new ideas to the system. The third thing that I would like to bring up is the very effective and unique Finnish special education system, so that students who struggle with their learning or who have other difficulties, they will get very much support and guidance in the very early years of their schooling. Homeschool partnership has always had a good role in the educational system. It's said that school invites the parents to cooperate. OECD research has noticed this and describes that these are the basic things for a good quality educational system. And so, my topic is about partnerships, and partnerships happen in many different kind of levels. My example is about the national core curriculum process, and it was the Finnish national core curriculum was reformed now 2016. It happens every 10 years, and the latest is from 2016, and it takes 3-4 years to go this process to go on, and during this time there is a lot of partnership building in the educational system. The ministry and the National Board of Education is of course leading the process, but on the local level, schools, teachers, principals are taking part in this planning process, and also citizens can have their own participative role in this dialogue. And I think in the Finnish educational system, the philosophy is that the child is in the center of everything what is done in the educational system. But the way the partnership is built in the very early stage of planning reforms is important because it engages the teachers and empowers the teachers to take part, to bring up their own ideas. And during this period there was an online system. So for example, I have sent many comments to the National Board of Education, and they gathered all the information, and then they came up with new drafts, and again people could comment, and until the national core curriculum was completed. So one of the new things in the national core curriculum this time was phenomenon-based learning method. And it was discussed by parents and teachers a lot online, and parents were worried about this, that now when you introduce a new method, maybe the basic learning skills will suffer. And then there were, on the other hand, there were teachers who were developing new practices, and they wanted to see that phenomenon-based learning method is part of the new toolkit of the teachers. Actually, it's very practical. It's one of the methods. It's nothing dangerous, though the system is changing. New methods are taken to the practice level. For example, I heard last month from my colleagues in Helsinki that almost all primary school teachers asked their little students that, hey, what happened now? Why did the sun turn red in Helsinki? And gave this task to the students, and they started to find out what was the real reason, and many lively theories about this phenomenon came up, and then they came to the more scientific explanation of the phenomenon. It's a little thing, but it shows that Finnish teachers really they want to take new methods, and they want not only it's not important only what you learn, but it's also important how you learn. Somebody could say that this is naive, why the teachers are not only telling to the students that, hey, this is the right answer, don't lose time for looking or thinking about your theories. But actually it's very important to see young children to engage in learning, and this method really encourages children's natural curiosity, and it has something to do with future jobs. So it's not only pouring the knowledge to the heads of the little children, but to be able to engage them with the learning, and they to be in the center of the learning. Then, one of the other things that was important for emphasized in the national core curriculum is teacher-parent relationship and cooperation, and this is an area that has a lot of American and European research has brought up this topic, and there is a lot of consensus about this, that teacher-parent cooperation increases all the possibilities for the child's learning, and it supports a child's success. And in the national core curriculum, it said that it should be functional cooperation. And you have to ask, is it functional? For whom it's functional? Is it for the student, for the parent, for the teachers? And the answer is that it has to be functional for all these three parts of the partnership. And parents, they of course they need some basic knowledge of some basic guidelines of the curriculum, but actually the idea is that they are welcome to be partners at school, and they can really support their child's learning. In Finnish tradition, school community or school has been very much the center of the small town or local community. And nowadays it's even more important that the school is opening up towards the local community and welcoming other stakeholders to organize things that are important for students, hobbies, many other activities, and this community building, and that the school is open to the local community is very beneficial, especially helpful for those children who have difficulties in their family backgrounds. And then what is functional cooperation between parents and teachers? First of all, it needs flexible communicating, and there is all over the country, but in Helsinki it's a web-based system called Wilma, and it means that the teachers and parents can be communicating with each other on daily basis. It's a quick, flexible system, and the students, they also have a possibility to or access to the Wilma system, and they are actually very active users of Wilma, because all the little children are digital natives, and they use the system very comfortably. So this is the first step of teacher-parent cooperation. But actually this teacher-parent cooperation is not only sharing information. This is easy if you share the information with the parent and that's it. But it's very important to go further. And in the Finnish school culture, there are certain expectations, and the expectations are for the parents. It's expected that the parents take part, they are involved with their children's education, and it's not away from the students' responsibility, because of course the students are responsible of their own learning, but parents can organize many good events activities. And on the formal level, parents are also members of the school board. So teachers, parents, and other school staff are members of the school board. The principal of the school is leading the board, but actually teachers, parents, and other staff of the school are the decision makers in the school board. It has 3-4 meetings a year. Many issues are discussed, like reforms, of course, curriculum, year planning system, and other things are discussed. Also, problems can be discussed on this school board. And then I would like to take you more to the classroom level. And in Finland, the contacts and the collaboration between teacher and parent, as it has been seen to be very, very successful and supportive for the student, it has become part of the assessment model of the students. So teachers and parents and students have a meeting, and the learning outcomes and the new perspectives are analyzed and discussed with the parent. It's about 10-15 minutes time for each student, but it's a very valuable moment because during this time you can check things, but you can also set up new goals for the learning. And it's personal. It's concerning always the individual student, and maybe that's why it's so powerful. It's a powerful tool, and it's part of the learning process. Some teachers are very natural. Talented in interacting with parents and students in these discussions, but some teachers had to develop new skills to be able to get the best use of these consultation discussion moments. It's very important to have a mutual, respectful relationship with the parent, but in these discussions, the students' active role is actually crucial. The students has to take responsibility for presenting what has been going on in the school, what has been learned, what are the problems. The student before this meeting has to think about the learning process, so that it can be discussed with the parent and the teacher. But actually, it's true that teachers also have to learn some new skills, and it's not so easy to find the right questions for every student, to find the questions that lead the student learning forward. And of course, teachers need a lot of emotional intelligence as well, because it's next day they will see when the child is coming to the school, has the meeting been successful? If there is a smile, okay, it's going forward. But if there are surprised or sad faces after the meeting, then something has to be done better. So, assessment in Finnish schools is part of the learning circle. Naturally, teachers plan, they collaborate a lot, they plan together, but then there are coming certain steps in this learning cycle. Planning, doing, checking and changing things. So there is a continuous circle going on where you also see all the time, what can I do better, what can I change in my work? And for the student, it's the same. It's a learning process for students and the teachers. And the teachers are, of course, all the time thinking about how they could make their practices more effective. When the green ball there under comes checking point, then comes the parents. Then the parents are included in the discussions, because parents also have some kind of special knowledge about their own child, and they can always bring explanations why the learning didn't succeed or why the outcomes are not good. But it's important to see this partnership part of the learning cycle. Couple of words about student portfolios. Student portfolios are also used. Now okay. Student portfolios are also used during this consultation, discussion, or in these meetings. So it means that the student is, through this portfolio creation, is all the time thinking about what are my good works, what I have done well, what could I do better. And they use tablets, of course, traditional folders too, but it's important that the student is active in this consultation, during this consultation meeting. So, I have a strong feeling that Finnish educational system is forward-looking. There is a forward-looking attitude in the Finnish educational system. And there are many discussions in the teachers' associations and generally that what kind of skills students should learn and how they should learn in today's school in order to have good jobs later on in their life. And when this World Economic Forum released its annual list of skills that would be necessary and would be useful for the young people, there were, of course, skills that were listed: mastering technology, digital skills. But then there was a statement, and it was from the employer's side, and it said that nowadays soft skills are hard to find, and it meant that that really employers, they are looking, of course for the young people who have good technology skills, but they also want to find people with good soft skills, meaning collaboration, partnership building, interaction, innovative work with others at work. So soft skills are also important, and actually they say that the soft skills make the difference in the future jobs. So, my last slide. I want to leave you with this thought that there will always technology, digital era is taking us to new jobs, but there will always be jobs that need the basic things that even artificial intelligence cannot replace. And they are jobs which need empathy, positive attitude or forward-looking attitude, and then to have resilience to do your job together with others. So teachers' work is one of these jobs. So thank you very much.
Благодарим много на госпожа Андонов за споделянето на този опит и тъй като времето напредва, може би ще имаме възможност само за един въпрос. Помислете добре кой да е той и вече го имаме. Ако може да е кратко формулиран въпрос или коментар и кратък отговор от госпожа Андонов.
Благодаря. Трендай Фамеретев, Институт за прогресивно образование. Последния слайд, кратък въпрос.
Само един момент. Do you need a headset? Probably.
I'll try to follow you.
Okay. Може да продължите на български.
Последния слайд, нали?
Дигиталното образование и навлизането навътре в дълбочината на технологиите е противоположно на овладяването на меки умения. Нали, човек става малко да се развива в друга посока, ако работи само с технологии и обратното, ако се опитва да развива меки умения. Как това противоречие се решава в финландската образователна система?
Благодарим.
It's a very large question, but I think that in the Finnish educational system, always has been recognized that collaboration is important. It's important on the level of the teacher's work, but it's also very important as a learning method. And soft skills are developed when you collaborate with others. And, well, that's almost all I can say now.
Thank you. Благодарим ви.
Thank you.
Може би само един въпрос ще можем да отговорим, но също вярвам, че в неформалните пространства госпожа Андонов ще е на разположение, за да отговори възникващи и възникнали въпроси. Благодарим ви отново.
Thank you.